What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm back here at Genesis of Lakewood, Florida, checking out one of my favorite luxury compact SUVs. This is 2025 Genesis GV70. Now we have the Select package, Advanced package, and the Sport Prestige package on this one. The only other option that you can upgrade it with is the more powerful engine, but we're going to talk all about this. I'm going to take in a complete tour of this vehicle, checking it out as far as the design, engine, technology, capacities, and the test drive. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and now let's get back to this. It's hard to believe that this vehicle comes from the brand that's officially not even 10 years old. Genesis was officially founded in November of 2025. So about a year from now, it's going to celebrate its 10th year anniversary. Now, this goes against companies that have been in existence for almost 100 years, some of them over 100 years, like Audi, Porsche, Mercedes, and BMW. And it's really giving them the run for the money. Let's see if this could be the best compact luxury SUV on the market. Let's start with the design. And I know the looks of the vehicle are very subjective, but just take a look at this. Genesis spent a ton of money hiring the best designers. One of them is from Bentley, actually, and that's where we see some of the hues, some of the similarities to this ultra luxury brand. Now, this has the double stacked lights, just like we see on all of the other Genesis models right now. It also has the daytime running lamps and turn signals, which are also LEDs. And right at the bottom, you see some curtains. The grille we have in the shape of crest, so typical to the Genesis brand, and it's covered in this smoked chrome color. And front view camera up on top, you have the Genesis logo that, as you can see, creates this wave inside of this hood. And down here at the bottom, we have a little bit of piano black and matte black. Overall, a great looking vehicle. Two engine choices are available on 2025 Genesis GV70. Let's take a look at one of them. And there is a 2.5 liter four-cylinder turbocharged engine, 300 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Four-wheel drive is standard. Look at the bracing right here for the better ride quality, better rigidity of this vehicle. We also have the hood strut, some sound insulation. By the way, the second engine option is the 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6 with 375 horsepower. There's also an electrified GV70 coming, but we're going to cover that in separate videos. Before we go around the corner, take a look at the side profile. Let's get back to the front here. This is kind of a strange design. First, I noticed that on the Genesis GV70 in 2021, when I did 2022 model year, I was told this is for that better aerodynamics, kind of almost like a clamshell design, but not really. Definitely, you can't see it right away, but when you start looking closer on this vehicle, you'll definitely notice that. And here's the side profile, looking very nice, sporty, luxurious. It is a compact SUV. 185 is the total length of it, 75 is the width, and 64 is the height on this vehicle. Different wheels are available depending on which package you select. This one, having all the packages, basically has the upgraded 21-inch rims. I love the design of it and the coloring. Let me know what you think about it. As far as the tire, we have the Michelin Primacy Tour tire. 255 by 40 is the tire size. Here at the bottom of this vehicle, you have this piano black trim. At the very bottom of it, kind of breaks up that color a little bit. But on top, around the windows, we have the same smoked chrome as we've seen on the grille in the front. The mirror caps are the same color as the rest of the vehicle. We have the turn signal, side view camera, and blind spot assist. And of course, we have the smart entry system on front doors. As long as you have the key somewhere on, you don't have to clicking the buttons on it, it's going to lock it or unlock it as it's doing right now. We also have the smoked chrome right on top of the door handles and the piano black roof rails, panoramic sunroof. Let's move on and take a look at it from the back. A very familiar look with the double stacked tail lamps right here. Nice, long, visible Genesis spelled out in the middle. Four-wheel drive right there at the bottom. Scrolling down, we have these two large exhaust tips in the back, and the reverse lights at the bottom. We have some texture on in this bottom portion of the bumper. Rear view camera right above this license plate bracket. And moving up on top, you have this rear gate spoiler with the LED third brake light. There's an exposed wiper. In order to open the gate, push the button, and let's see how much room we have on the inside. And here you'll have almost 29 cubic feet of storage behind the rear seats that can be folded down, giving you almost 58 cubic feet of storage. The way you do it is pull on this release handle right here on each side. Boom, the seats all folding down. This is how much room you have when it's folded. You have some goodies in here depending on which package you go. There's your owner's manual. Check this out, guys. Even this is nicely packaged. Okay, underneath here we have some tools to remove the tire, and I can lift this up. Let me see if I can do that. And we do have the temporary use spare tire underneath here, so you don't have to be worrying about being stranded on the side of the road without the spare tire. 12-volt powered outlet and some illumination completes the back cargo area. Now let's get inside, see what we have for passengers. Now we're going to start with this rear door panel, and it has so many options on here that some of the luxury brands can only dream of. Now we have the manual sunshade, leather wrapping both here on the top and right and the middle. We have the polished aluminum trim, one speaker here, the other speaker right here. This is the Lexicon high-end stereo. I want to show you this trim in the front. It's really cool looking. And we have the window control, lock control as well. I believe there's some ambient lighting. Well, maybe not here, but I'm going to show you there's ambient lighting in this car as well. We have the Genesis on the door sill plate, and take a look at this interior. It looks absolutely amazing with this red leather. This is real leather. Now it's not so in your face as far as the color on it like on some of the other brands, thanks Lexus. And let's take a look at the rest of it. Right in the middle you have the console, opens up, and if you look at this black insert, this is fabric with some red accents on the interior, completing the design very nicely. Now both driver and passenger seats have some cargo netting in the back, and you can also move the front seat from the back. Now we've seen it on plenty of other Genesis models. Your own rear climate control settings, and then you have the two USB type A and the regular 115 volt outlet. A big bump right in the middle is going to make it uncomfortable for the third passenger, but let me see if I can fit behind the driver's seat. The door opens nice and wide. I'm almost 6 feet tall, 5'11", and okay, I fit. Now I'm not going to have tons of room because it is a compact SUV. However, I'm not touching the back of this seat that's adjusted to my regular driving position. I have about 2.5 inches above my head, plenty of shoulder room. The seats are nice, solid. They are on the firmer side a little bit. One thing I didn't show you when I was on the interior, you have your own illumination above you when you're sitting as a passenger. You also have your grab handle and a little hook. Well, let's check it out and see what's going on in the front. But before we get in, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Boom, nice and solid. We're going to do it again from the inside just so you can hear how quiet it gets when the door closes. Here's the front door panel, similar as the back. Of course, we have the two memory seat settings and the addition of window mirror lock controls. This is a trim that I was telling you about that had a sticker in the back, but this is the polished aluminum trim with kind of a carbon fiber imprint on it. Looks very interesting. We have two speakers in the door, Genesis on the door plate. We have some polished aluminum on the pedals, and look at the adjustments for the driver's side seat. Now we have the ergo motion on the seat as well as the multiple adjustments for the lumbar support, and we have the power adjustments for the thigh support. I believe you have to get the Sport Prestige package in order to get this feature, but let's take a look at the other features on this seat. So fabric, leather, perforation, solid tubing. It's got everything. It even has some polished aluminum trim up on top. Very nice design. Well, let me jump inside. I'll show you the rest of it. Ready? Boom. Nice and solid. Here's a couple things happening right now. The steering wheel is adjusting to the set position as well as the seat, so it has the memory seat setting. Let's start it up and see what's going on here. Get some air conditioning going. Wow, this interior is absolutely incredible. I think I like this the most out of all of the compact SUVs, luxury SUVs. And we're talking BMW X3, Mercedes-Benz GLC, Audi Q5, even Porsche Macan, even though this might be a little bit of a stretch. But let's take a look and see what's going on. We're going to start right here with the steering wheel. So decent size steering wheel. It is thicker in the right places. It has a contrast stitching on the inside. It has this golf ball texture on the outside for better grip. Of course, we have the pedal shifters in the back, big Genesis logo. We have the stitching that's matching the rest of the trim. Mode and custom button. Both in the start button can be customized. We have the voice control, volume control, up and down feature for whatever menu we're in. And on the right hand side, we have the adaptive cruise control settings, lane keep assist setting, and the different settings for what's going on in the instrument cluster. Now, I'm not sure if the camera is going to be able to show this to you, but this is this 3D instrument cluster. It literally looks like the gauges are actually in the back. Maybe it's going to be easier when I show you another feature here. Well, not really. But here's a feature that I really like about this Genesis. So it has this blind spot assist, video assist. So it shows you what's going on when you turn the turn signals either on the right or left hand side. But check this out. Can you see this 3 dimensions? I'm pretty sure that's going to be really hard to see on the camera, but it looks absolutely amazing. So we have the temperature, 90 degrees. No wonder I'm sweating here. The vehicle, 5.4 miles per gallon. That's not what it's supposed to be. It doesn't have the greatest gas mileage because it's 22 combined, 19 in the city and 26 on the expressway. But 5.4 is just because it's been sitting on the dealers a lot. Now, the range, 105-mile range, and then I like the setup here. Let's see what else we have. So we have the cruise control or the lane keep assist compass that we can put in here. Now we have several different settings that you can go up and down with. And these are, we turn the volume off. Let's see what these are. All right, so 3D cluster right now, it's turned on, as you can see. If I turn it off, can you see the difference now? But anyways, let's see what else we have. So here, go up and down. All right, so we have more. We have with the torque, where the torque is going, tire pressure, oil temperature, torque, turbo, select content. So you can add your own widget in here if you wanted to. Really nice design. We have several different drive modes, and that is Sport, Sport Plus, Custom, Comfort, Eco, and Snow. Look what's happening to this digital instrument cluster. This is Eco. Comfort. We're getting aggressive here with the Sport, and the Sport Plus gives you a different exhaust note. As you can see, the RPMs went up a little bit, so it's got this more aggressive as far as the programming on it. Looks absolutely fantastic. You can probably see the 2 lights over here. I can't see them. The camera picks it up. This is for your attention assist. And let's move on to the instrument cluster. And let's move on to the infotainment system. This is 14.5 inches as far as the infotainment system. It can be controlled a couple different ways. Of course, we have the touchscreen. So that takes you to your home screen. You have several different icons to choose from. So your map, of course, it has a built-in navigation. You don't have to pay extra for it. Navigation menu, HD radio media, HD radio data phone, connected services. That's from Genesis. Now I'm curious if they've done, okay, so now it has the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay using the approved USB cable. But in many models, they have the over-the-air update that they send out to make it wireless. I'm not sure if that's the case with it. I certainly hope so. We have voice memo, setup, valet mode, Genesis Pay, seat, since we have this ergo motion on the seat. Now, this is actually for passenger seat. For forward reverse position, you can move this seat. Okay, see, I'm touching the screen. I'm not sure if you can see it. Boom, the seat is moving back and forth. It's amazing. I don't have to reach out to get the seat moved. I can do it right from where I'm sitting, and the rear passenger can do it from the side of the seat. So seat back recline, cushion height, cushion tilt, seat settings. Okay, we have the ergo motion seat, smart posture assist, comfortable stretch, strong. Okay, so once you push that in, that's basically what we're gonna have. We have strong or normal, session length, long, 20 minutes. I'm actually gonna turn it on just to feel what that does. See, as I'm pushing on the side of the seat, it's telling me what I'm doing, okay? And what is it gonna adjust? So driver's seat. Now here, the ergo motion, we can do pelvis, waist, whole body, or off. How about, can we do whole body right here? Can I do it from here? I think so. All right, smart posture care, seating easy access, seat switch access. That's pretty cool. I can definitely feel the seat massaging me. Let's go back to the home screen. Valet mode, quiet mode, climate control. The quiet mode, it turns off the speakers in the back, and it basically adjusts the speakers to level 5. So people in the back, maybe somebody's taking a nap, can actually enjoy their time. Climate control and manual. So let's do the climate control. And you can adjust it several different ways. You can adjust it through here. You can adjust it down here. You also have the voice control on the vehicle. So this is your main infotainment system. Now I'm going to put it in reverse because I want to see how the rear view camera looks. Great quality camera. I'm not even sure if this is going to do it justice. We also have the top-down view, and we have the trajectory lines both in the back and up on top. As far as the camera views, you have several different angles. If you are towing something, you can use this. You can use the side angles. You can also move this vehicle around, and it's the same color as I'm sitting in, the white vehicle. All right, looking good, and we have some additional settings for that as well. Okay, put it in park, and moving down here, I like this overall design. It's so nice. Look how nice it's matching everything on the vehicle. And here's another screen. This is your climate control settings, so you can adjust it, the temperature. This is a tri-zone climate control, by the way. We have a separate for the rear and 2 for the front. Again, something you'll pay a lot of extra money on the competitors. Engine start stop button. Here's your fingerprint reader where you can program your settings. And we have some hard buttons here as well. If you want a shortcut to the map, basically just push this button, navigation. Here you can customize this button, radio, media, and setup. And what else is going on here? You have the parking sensors. This is where you change the drive modes. I'm actually going to leave it in Sports Plus. Turn on the camera. You have the volume and power control on this side, tune control on the other side. These are these little scroll buttons, basically. Home, back, and menu. And here's your control for the instrument clusters. You can do it through here, or you can do it the way I was doing it with the touchscreen. And then you have the shifter, kind of a crystal looking shifter. Reminds me a bit of a Volvo. Good looking one. Push park, and then of course you have the reverse neutral and drive. Auto hold for your brakes. Now we have 2. There's a USB type port for charging and for data, and this is a wireless charging pad as well in here. And right here I have my new Genesis key. This vehicle has the summon function, as I demonstrated on some of the other Genesis models, which basically you can remotely pull it in or out of a parking space. Hold for the gate, hold for the panic button. You can even blink the lights if you don't want to make noise. And the remote start. Overall, a great looking key design, Genesis in the back. It's got some weight to it, nice and solid. Cup holders, and here you also have a bit more storage with a 12-volt power outlet. Right on the side, you have the same trim as we've seen on the door, and it's looking really, really good. Let's see what else is going on up on top. So you have the buttons for your home link system. You can program up to 3 different devices as far as your gate, garage door opener, etc. Sunglasses holder. You have the LED lights. big panoramic sunroof. Showed you that from the outside. Right, opens up. It's a one-touch operation with a nice and big windscreen, letting air and light into this cabin. And then you have the illuminated mirrors. And this is it. This is the interior of this 2025 Genesis GV70. Let me know what you guys think about it. I think it is one of the best interiors in its class. And check it out, guys. Let's talk about pricing and what this particular vehicle has on it. So the starting MSRP for the 2025 Genesis GV70 2.5T is $45,700. Now this one has three major packages that were added on it. So it has the Select package, and that adds the panoramic sunroof, heated steering wheel, and an aluminum trim with spin brushed pattern. I think it's replaced with this carbon fiber pattern, but that's $3,000. Now the second package is the advanced package that adds leather seating surfaces, surround view monitor with blind spot view monitor, parking distance warning, parking collision avoidance, advanced rear occupant alert, and wave line backlit trim. And you've seen that trim here it's got some ambient lighting at the bottom. Sport Prestige package, the most expensive package, $5,900. It has the Sport Appearance 21-inch wheels. Love those wheels. Leatherette wrapped upper instrument panel, aluminum trim with haptic carbon pattern. That's what it is. It replaces that spin brush pattern. Power cushion extension bolster and ergo motion on the driver's seat. 3-zone climate control, 12.3-inch 3D digital instrument cluster. Forward attention warning. We have the Lexicon premium audio and Genesis digital key, ventilated front seats, manual rear door shades, and remote smart parking assist. Total for this particular Genesis, including the CargoNet cargo cover and first aid kit, $1,350 for destination, $59,895, just a bit under $60,000. But let's talk about the competition. So, like I said, it competes in the compact luxury SUV market. We have the GLC Mercedes that starts over $50,000 for the front-wheel drive, about $53,000 for the all-wheel drive, and you get very few features as a standard equipment on those. The same thing with BMW. Both of the standard ones, Mercedes and BMW, actually has about the same horsepower, 255 horsepower out of a 4-cylinder engine. So I have 45 horsepower more on this and the standard all-wheel drive. Now we have the Porsche Macan. Some people put it in the same category. I think we still have a little bit to go with this, but let's take it for a spin and see how it drives. Love the way that this vehicle feels. It feels very solid. Now, some people going into Genesis thinking, hey, it's a Hyundai, it's not going to have as high quality materials as BMW or Mercedes or Audi. And I challenge you, go to your local Genesis dealership and just sit in it and see how this vehicle feels. I've sat in all three of them, the Audi, Mercedes, BMW, and the Porsche. And I can tell you one thing, this is not a cheaply made vehicle. So $60,000, fully loaded one, right? You get everything. Now you upgrade it with the engine, you upgrade it with the 3.5 liter engine. You're going to be in the 60s, probably 70s once you load it up. But that's still well below the performance versions of the German automobiles. Now, I mentioned in the beginning of this video that it's hard to believe that the manufacturers that's not even 10 years old is competing with the manufacturers that are about 100 years old, because all Audi started, I believe, 1906, Porsche 1916, Mercedes 1926, and BMW somewhere in that as well. Now, I might be wrong on the date, so you can feel free to correct me as far as that in the comment section. But somewhere in the early 1900s of this was officially introduced in 2015. And to make such a huge leap from nothing to be considered as part of the competition with, you know, the well-established companies is a success in itself. And it drives nice. It's quiet on the interior. I have it in this Sport Plus mode, which gives you that louder exhaust note on the interior. And you can see the two exhausts in the back. They're looking great as well. And we're going to take it on the road, see the acceleration, the cornering, and the braking on this vehicle, see how that feels. All right, we're going to merge in traffic. No issues here. Nice power delivery. Get it up to about 40 or so. All right, and I can use the pedal shifters to control that. We have the 8 speeds to use, and it shows right in your screen in front of you. The Sport Plus turns off the traction control, so we'll see if we have some wheel spin, although with a 4-wheel drive that's probably not going to happen. Fairly stiff as far as ride, and taking this corner, very little of the body roll, body lean. And pull over right here, stop and see the acceleration here. I get it up to 60. All right, so not as fast as the 3.5T, of course, and I'm going to reduce this gear mode to the regular sport. We're going to try it again because I have a feeling that this got confused a little bit. But we're going to do it again. Let's go. We're at 60. Now, it has a bit of that turbo lag, especially at the very beginning, and then when it starts pulling, when the turbo is completely spooled and it's giving you that extra power, that definitely you can feel that. I'm not sure if the electrified GV70 is going to be electrified as far as the plug-in hybrid, or is it going to be electrified as the electrified turbo. That the second one would be really nice to keep it spooled at all times, reducing that turbo lag. Now the number for it, I believe, is 5.5 seconds on the 2.5 liter, and it's about 4.5 seconds on the 3.5 liter twin turbocharged for Genesis GV70, but very solid as far as a drive on this vehicle. There's no complaints here. It's quieter once I switch that to in the sport mode, regular sport mode. I'm going to put it in the comfort mode and see what's happening here. Yeah, you can barely hear anything. And by the way, one thing I didn't show you or let you hear is the stereo, and I apologize, but due to YouTube copyright policies, they can demonetize the video because of that. So I don't want to take a risk, but the Lexicon stereo sounds absolutely amazing on this vehicle. The drive overall, great. This is definitely one of my favorite Genesis models. Now the G70 is pretty much the same, but the sedan. For some reason, Genesis is not putting the same electronics in the G70 as far as the instrument cluster and the infotainment system. We still have half and half digital and analog as far as the instrument cluster. Kind of wish that was updated. And believe it or not, the GV70, it's already 4 years old. Came out in 2021. This 2022 model year, so 22, 3, 4, 5. 4 years old, I believe, for 2026. We're going to see some major redesign, refresh on this vehicle, and while I can't wait to see what they have in store, this is a beautiful vehicle. And if you're looking for one, if you're anywhere in Florida, go see the guys at Gettle Genesis in Lakewood, Florida. They'll be able to help you out. They have a good selection of new vehicles, plenty of pre-owned ones, and I'll include in the link in the description of this video. Well, I hope you like this video, and I hope you learned one or two things, and if you did, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.